to God, he said, "How much sex do you enjoy?" I swear he said that to this old lady, and I was like, dude, I hope I fucking misheard that.
How old was the guy?
He was like probably in his 60s. Like, creepy old nerdy weird dude that wore like cargo pants and weird shit, you know, I don't know.
Probably has holes in his pocket, so
the
when
guy that wants to talk to all the sample people at fucking Costco and not just grab it and run for the hills. Because you know you're not gonna buy that shit.
Yeah. Yo, do you ever feel guilt from?
No, I don't.
Not at all. Because I mean that's what.
Because I spent enough fucking money there. That's why.
Dude, you know how they fucked me? They got me to be an elite member where they charge you like $120 for the fucking black card.
It's not worth it.
There's no point. And the way that they got me is because they fucking ambushed me. As soon as I just paid, they ambushed me like literally like I don't know what the fuck they're doing. There's always somebody by the help counter desk that's never there to actually help. Oh, you got one of these joints? Bam. Logical thinking. To be a man.
I'm a retard.
Yo, I legit like contemplate whether or not I have like adult autism. And
yeah, I'm not on the spectrum. I just have severe ADHD that I've been able to figure out.
wait a minute, motherfucker. Before we go any further, let me just kind of let me pump the brakes, as it will. Let me tread back just a little bit. Let me welcome you. Let me thank you for listening to the SoulPapo Sessions. This episode is with Coach Taylor, who I'm going to introduce you to. Really just diving right into it. The way I met him is the way that you're going to meet him. We're just talking, going right, for it, shoot from the hip. But before any of that gets mumbled up and drowned into your ear holes, I do want to let you know you can always check up on him on the website, www.CoachTaylorMusic.com. That's just how it sounds, CoachTaylorMusic.com. Or if you want to get up in the DMs and visit him on the IGs, you can just @ Coach Taylor, again, CoachTaylor. And this cat is both a director, a videographer, I'm trying to say musician, but I was jizzing as I'm saying it. He's a DJ. He's an all-around good time. By the time that you're hearing this may or may not be in a replacement of another Arizona Soul podcast episode, because there's some things that are going on. We'll find out Sunday morning. But either which way, you might hear an episode of the SoulPapo Incognito podcast, that AKA Spick podcast. I'm not too sure, but I definitely wanted to get this out there for y'all to enjoy. And hopefully, after you've listened to this, which I'm hoping will be Sunday, if not Saturday evening, then I definitely want you to say what's up to him, because his birthday is this following Monday. So whether you @ing him some kissy emojis, or whether you meet up with him at somewhere local around the valley, at a bar, at some kind of dive, and maybe give him some strange, look, who am I to say how you gonna live your life? But again, I just want you to take a peek at us just kind of shooting this shit. I wanted to get technical. I wanted to get my investigative whatnot on, and that did not happen. On some white boy shit, we took some crazy bong rips of things that I'm really not used to, in which case the episode goes in a kind of a direction I'm usually not used to, or y'all may be used to it. I mean, I don't know. This is the SoulPapo Sessions, and you know what I'm saying, candy does make you dandy, and we're all slurring at the mouth and whatnot. So again, I thank y'all so much. I hope y'all enjoy, and God bless y'all. I came. Dude, you know what, too? Like, I totally had, like, a nerdgasm just, like, walking in through here. So I'm like, this would be, like, a realtor's, like, dream to, like, just to come and do a walkthrough through here. Like, just because.
The way I've set it up and
yeah.
all that jazz.
Because you figure, like, it would just be, I don't know. They would just geek out.
Again, I really don't like having people over here because of all that shit, you know?
Oh, understood. Which, again, by the way, thank you so much for allowing me.
ID before you leave, motherfucker.
You got the camera set up. You got a good eye on me. Which I figured probably part of it.
Let's get to smoking. Are you recording and shit?
Yeah, if you don't mind. I mean,
yeah.
And especially when I get stoned, like I talk out of my ass.
Yeah.
And so again, I don't want you to fear just there being anything. So again, if something bothers you, just kind of give me the signal.
Yeah, you know what? I'm a pretty honest, open person as it is. So I don't really care much about, as far as like me being honest and open, man, dude. I'll tell you it all. I'm kind of like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care what people think about me.
Yeah.
Really. And in so many senses, I don't care what people think about me. And like the fact that I've done shit my own way. How's cussing on this? Do you want
dude, let it fucking fly.
Alright. If I have to monitor that, I might. I think I cuss a lot.
Because as far as like the YouTubes go, like I know I'm not gonna get a dime from them. So me giving a fuck about censorship and caring about whatever sort of plug they might want to try to push on someone else, like that's on them. As far as the mainstay show, that's definitely one of the things where I kind of had to watch myself. But I feel like you just anytime, especially as an artist, and you can contest, and I'm preaching to the choir, but there's just so much that gets lost in that, both in whether that little saying does life imitating art imitating life. Like the moment that you have to be conscious or feel subconscious about something, I feel like shit goes out the door. In that essence, I mean, you and what you create, and what do you label yourself, man?
Excuse me. Hold on. Before we do that, I'm gonna give you this.
Okay, cool.
So don't touch that. Obviously, just breathe in.
Oh no!
Too much?
That was nice.
Good.
But I'm gonna cough, and I don't want to seem like a bitch.
No, I cough every time, and I've been doing this. I've been doing this for a while.
Fucking tastes good. I was not expecting that. Oh Lord Jesus.
Sometimes I do a little.
What is that?
Menthol. Don't drink it. Just smoke.
Yo, I'm actually a menthol fan. Did you know? Did you ever fuck with cigarettes before?
No, I've never smoked.
Why is that family member passed?
You know what? My mom and my dad, they smoked all growing up, like in the house, and most of my friends' parents all smoked.
Did you have asthma as a kid?
No. I was healthy. Didn't like concentrate. Didn't do it that way, like irresponsibly. It was more like just they would be in the kitchen smoking, like after work, and my grandmother had emphysema and like the fucking face mask and all that shit.
Am I an asshole for wearing this?
No.
Look at you. So sharp. And they tried to give stoners such a fucking bad rap about getting shit wrong.
Yeah,
I mean, buddy, you don't gotta watch levels or.
No.
You don't need
I'm a fucking perfectionist, man.
Yo, I could tell from the set. All right.
I'm a weird perfectionist. Okay. I like things to be as easy as possible in my life.
Okay.
So if I have to switch headphones to get a longer
Are those the MDRs? Oh no. They're
Sennheisers.
I'm noticing a theme. Do they sponsor your ass, or you just happen to know the quality that you're looking for?
Shout out to Sennheiser. No, I wish they'd sponsor me. Honestly, no, I don't have any sponsorships. All this shit that I have amassed has just kind of been more or less just over the years doing all the different things that I've done. I kind of get here like to, I guess, have just like a bachelor pad where I create a bunch of shit. So
look, I have so many questions. I don't know where to start. First, foremost, just because of how awesome things are set up. I feel like I don't know where. Again, I don't know where do you start? Where does someone express themselves? And it sounds so corny for like someone, because especially depending on how. Because when I get stoned, I get super. What's the word? I get super like in my head. Sometimes either depending on what beat I'm on. If I'm on the fucking beat that I need to be, I'm unstoppable. And if I'm kind of treading the waters, stop and go kind of thing, I'm going to catch myself on whatever foot I catch myself on. And I guess that's the beauty about being comfortable and then also being in your environment. And that's when you kill, right? So, again, I don't know exactly how to ask you or where to step in with you, because literally the way that we met, you're performing a gig at Copper Blues. Mm-hmm. I don't know whether to shout out my dude who introduced us or just call him the sound guy.
No. Brian. I call him Byron out of disrespect.
Yeah, purposeful disrespect?
Yeah. Because I just... me and him have a relationship where he he came in as just like randomly. They needed they had let the last guy go because his name is Nick, who's an amazing sound guy who does sound for a lot of the bands that play there. Like, but that being said, he's amazing, and like I think budgetary wise, I think they were just trying to get someone in there that was a little bit newer,
be fiscally responsible.
Well, Nick had grown out of that place. The previous sound guy, he was really amazing. He was one of my favorite sound guys. Just any.
Did somebody pick him up, or was he just tired of the shit?
No. It wasn't that. I think a copper just, they were paying him. He was they were paying him like a flat rate, like they do the musicians. So I think they were just trying to get someone on staff, and obviously someone that is a little bit less experienced, so they could save some money, because they do have music 7 nights a week. They're
the whole week.
Yeah, they're Monday through Sunday.
When's open mic? Is that so? That's not just Monday then.
Well, I mean, if you want to count I count the open mic as live music.
Oh, for sure. No disrespect, bro.
No. So I play Mondays, and so I started Mondays there 2 years ago, and I played like every Monday for a little while till I kind of overstayed my welcome. Obviously.
Yeah, you do your little local tours.
Yeah, and then
or do you feel like you like, what do you call it, like for example, there's a word for, like in Vegas, like when someone like a Mariah Carey has like a or whatever artist that's out there, like a housing, or not so much.
Yeah. You're the resident.
Right, there you go.
You're the resident, but the residencies only last so long. That's just how it works.
Right.
But that being said, I still play Mondays. I'm just not every Monday. Okay. They rotate in some of my good friends who I've recommended. Mike Mal, Mr. Mal.
I've run into him before at the O'Connor pub.
Yep, Preston Phillips is there. So, we've been able to. You keep it all hood and all family. And coming back to, we were talking about Brian and the old sound guy Nick, and how he came in, to make this a long story. But Brian came in fresh out of school.
He looks like a youngin'.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's like 23 or 4.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's 13, but he's got some gray going on. So
all pubes.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? He's Korean or something. I can't fucking tell.
All them Chinese look alike.
No.
So
not Chinese. Is he Chinese? That's not.
No, I'm just being overtly racist.
Oh, okay.
Like,
no, that's good. Yeah, that's.
Because I feel like if there's any.
I like to be specifically racist.
Oh, you're one of those snobs.
Yeah, come on, dude. So Brian came in. Honestly, I don't think he even had any training, like, with the room. Came in and, like, he's he came in and, like, tried. I saw him trying. You know what I mean? Like, he's the only fucking sound guy that ever helped me with my equipment, and still does. Up the stairs, like, sets up my mic.
It's love. It shows love.
No, it just shows like he like no, it's not respect. No? It's passion.
Oh, I was gonna say professionalism. There's a lot of P's here.
It doesn't matter.
Sounds like a PowerPoint.
But passion is what is professionalism.
Word.
Like, I mean,
the most earnest.
The most. That's what I mean. Like, I could tell. Like, he doesn't. Like, sound guys don't pick up your instruments and help you. Like, that's not what they ever do. That's not their job. Your job is to make sure I sound good. So, like, stuff like that he was going on. Yeah, he had a learning curve, and he needed to learn the room, and but he worked pretty hard up until then, and, like, he has an easy time with me because I tell him what I want to hear. My sound in particular is to the best of my ability to be really spot on, just coming out what he it's already good sounding.
Any kind of flavor shout out you want to give to your particular kind of style? If you can hook someone in a
my style.
Yeah, or is it too early to jump that into the technical
let's
stuff?
get into that shit. Dude. How long is this podcast?
Whatever, however the fucking much time I have, or however long
When
it
do you
takes.
gotta go home?
Whenever my wife yells at me.
How many kids you got?
By blood or by marriage?
No, you're Mexican, right?
You know,
So, like,
I would know.
30.
What?
Like, how are you Mexican?
Of that descent, if
like, I mean, what's your heritage?
So it's not about me.
I know. But I want to know a little bit. I don't even know shit. You're in my house. I don't know shit about you.
Well, if you ask anyone who looks at me, they think I'm some kind of queer Sabian, or no, Syrian.
Oh, okay.
Well, but cut the bullshit aside. Yeah, I come from land descent, more specifically Spanish and Greek, but because of the bastardization, raping of Indians, natives. Yes, Mexican would be the proper term.
Cool. I'm just I'm being basically racist like you. Remember, I'm trying to fit in. No, okay. I'm 8% Spanish, so.
What's your nationality?
I'm mostly of like Austrian, British.
I don't know why I was thinking Polish.
No Polish at all. I've done my 23andMe, so I know.
I'm sorry. Then break it down.
I know it to the T. No, I'm like it's mostly European, and like Austrian, Hungarian, and then English, half and half. Like I would say 39 and 39 of that, and then a little bit of
39. So were your people fighting to survive, or they killing niggas? Not literal word of niggas, but
to be honest, they came in from Maine. Where we're some, I think we're some of on my mom's side. So they came in from Maine, I think.
Oh, in the U.S.
Yeah, in the U.S.
Oh, so they were heavy English then.
Yeah, they were definitely heavy English, and my dad was adopted, and I'm first generation on his side American. He was Austrian, adopted into the U.S. He was put up for adoption during the war and all that.
Okay.
And so, I didn't know much about his side. But
is that what kind of pushed you to get the test?
I was just interested, and now that it's $100, fuck it.
Yo,
like why not? Like I want to know. Like some people don't because they're prideful, but I don't.
You're gonna have a little black in you. Just get the.
No, I don't. I actually
really?
don't. No, I had 8% Iberian Peninsula, which is the Spanish area. So I was very surprised to find that out, and I'm pretty sure it's not from my mom's side because they have history. They were like daughters of the revolution or whatever.
What was your mom's side?
She didn't do it yet.
No, but like from what you're saying, she's prideful. So like, what's the?
She's not prideful. I'm just saying, some people are prideful about doing it. Like. I've had conversations like, no, we're not going to do it. We're 100% Armenian. Like, fuck, no, you're not. But I'm saying I was 1% Asian, so I came from the Asian portion of that. So they say, who knows? And then the Iberian Peninsula was the one that the 8% Spanish, which was kind of like, oh, that's interesting. I can see that possibly from my dad's side because he was adopted and he's got a little bit. Spanish people are blonde and
blue eyes.
Dude,
Spaniards are somebody. So one of the things I guess I get shit on. Do you have what's your my super personal question? What's your not only sexual orientation but your pitch perfect God? If actually maybe I should probably get on the religious thing first. I don't know. What's your pitch perfect significant other?
My pitch perfect significant.
Yeah, you don't got to give too many details other than like
looks, you guys.
Yeah, like is there a race? Is there a color? Is there a shade? Is there anything in particular that just has to be?
I'm a pretty big face guy. So
face.
It sounds weird, but like a beautiful face.
Oh, okay.
Is going to be more attractive
than a big bosom or a dunk.
Than anything. I know I'm not trying to like be like, yeah, I like asses and titties, but
who doesn't like it?
But
that's not a driver. That doesn't drive it home.
But I like beautiful faces.
Okay.
Like I like.
Oh, you're straight up Austrian. Like the German is no doubt.
Oh yeah. I mean, Hitler was an Austrian. And fucking
and very charismatic. This I'm not being pro anything here, but yeah.
No, we're just these are all jokes, people. I'm a very sarcastic person, to put that in there.
You actually threw out, and I'm just jump right into it because we don't need to jump into anything that we don't want to nail down. But when it comes to, because you mentioned, and again, getting super personal here.
Yeah.
But you mentioned like the thought of seeing yourself. Now, did you say that like it bothers you, or that you don't like seeing it? What was it that you're trying to, that you hit at when you threw out that comment earlier?
What I think I said, I don't like hearing myself or seeing, or
oh, is it the hearing or is it seeing? I was thinking it was seeing.
Singing, hearing. Well, it's I don't like hearing myself sing recorded.
So when you create stuff, you don't constantly like I'll say this, just a quick little tidbit.
I don't like my voice.
I
don't think it's good enough.
Oh, then that's just you being. Oh, that's just a perfectionist looking for the.
No, it's
end
not.
of the tunnel?
It's not that. It's just like I feel like I don't know if this is arrogant, but I feel like I know what sounds good. I feel like I know what good music sounds like, right?
Right.
And I've been told every singer has
complex.
You know this. No, well they don't like hearing themselves sing, but like. I literally couldn't sing when I first started. When I first started doing music, like my parents, I'd be singing Boys to Men like 8 years old in my kitchen with my parents' friends, and they'd be giving me $20 bills to sing fucking "I'll Make Love to You" and rap "Gangster's Paradise." So like,
can I ask what side of town you grew up in?
12. I'm literally grew up about 4 streets away from where we're sitting.
Ooh, okay. South or north?
North. So right on right up on Arcadia area. I'm not gonna say my address, but
this high in the streets though.
Yeah, right. Like I can skate to my mom's house in like 45 seconds.
And you're a native of here, right?
I was born in Huntington Beach or
okay.
Orange County, and my parents moved shortly after that when I was like young.
It's funny how the SoCal flexibilities are. Do you find that weird? Like, just, even though you might not have grew up there, like, or I don't know.
Well,
or am I being super stereotypical?
I did kind of, because my mom would ship me off there every summer to visit my cousins.
Okay.
So I spent every summer with 3 girl cousins in Whittier, California, and we would go to the beach every day and eat Taco Bell, and I would skate and surf and be a little beach rat, and that changed into my going there every summer as a kid and spending 2 months there during the summers and just being there. Wait, where were we at?
I don't know.
We need a Jamie. Shout out Joe Rogan.
Yo, that could be Brian. Because technically that's originally where we were at as far as what introduction goes, and then we just went totally off the fucking
we need a monitor. We got high before this, guys. Sorry, I apologize.
I mean, that's kind of part of the show. SoulPapo Sessions.
Well, yeah. And I don't smoke flowers anymore because I'm trying to like clean up my act, so to say.
Is that just to not have others know?
No, I don't care that people.
Because you said you care and you don't care, so it's like
I care that
care so much that you care.
I care about the people, like my landlords, like that I've signed a lease with.
You honor.
I'm trying
contracts.
to honor their contract and be discreet and And honestly, it bothers my throat smoking flowers, so I just switched to dabs. I know it makes me cough more, but
how does that make singing? Does it make singing any harder?
No.
Or do you feel like it's actually strengthening your lungs?
Oh, that's where we were singing.
Well, yeah, but you're not liking your voice.
Yeah, but that's where we started.
Man, it was even further than before that, man. There's so many stages to this shit. We're like a fucking onion.
All right, cool. Well, smoking is I don't know. I've been smoking forever. I don't know what the fuck it does to my throat. It congests me though when I smoke flower a lot, and it makes me stuffed up. So I don't like to do it, and it just
It's so old school.
No, I'm kind of a weed addict, more or less.
Well, you got to be tolerant for sure. If you fucking tabs, man, like
Yeah, I do. Yeah. So, but I'm very functional. I'm like a very functional pothead. If you didn't notice.
oh, for sure. And I'm jealous you have fucking coffee. I'm like, this asshole didn't give me coffee. But then again,
Do you want some?
I mean, I wouldn't say no. But no. But don't worry about it. Maybe if I start slurring too much, then yeah. Or if we have some kind of intermission or break. But I mean, again, I'm trying to get to know you because it's very weird, and I feel like just met you. You know what I'm saying? We just messaged a quick correspondence. You let me into your home.
So hold on, we met through the sound guy at Copper Blues, Brian, he was
so excited for me to meet you too.
So me and him have had a very good relationship. I'm very honest with him, and like I tell him what the fuck. It's all my opinion, obviously, but I tell what he needs to do. Like, I tell him I'm trying to mentor him as much as I can.
I was going to ask, is that going on? You're his sensei.
No. I don't want to be, but if I'm around him and he's doing my sound,
you're not going to have him fuck it up.
I'm not going to have him fuck it up, and I want him to be better.
Word.
And I've literally, there's been times where they've been like, oh, how's Brian? Because like I was saying, it's easier for him to do my sound, but like when there's a whole band up there with a bunch of amps and shit, and the band isn't technically like me either, like, and they're trying to crank shit, it's hard. That room is fucking difficult to mix. It's
weirdly shaped.
Well, there's a brick wall and there's a huge speaker, and it just takes a lot of EQing.
Would you almost say it wasn't designed, even though it was made to?
It's not made. It wasn't designed. The room's too small for like just a band, and it's all concrete.
Word.
That's the thing. There's no dampening. So I think the new location, shout out Copper Blues Live, up in North Scottsdale, they have that all figured out. They have like a retractable wall where they can have a comedy show and a rock show.
Oh.
Open the wall, bring it out. Shout out Copper Blues Live.
I didn't know they had a spot in Scottsdale.
It's opening in December. Desert Ridge. I'm sorry, Desert Ridge.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So met you through Brian at like last week when I was playing at Copper Blues. And
which I wish I could remember what cover you were doing. That freaking made me be like, who the fuck is that?
Was it Kendrick? People always go crazy for that white boy rapping shit.
No. It was an R&B cut.
I do Gangsters Pair or not Gangsters. Regulars.
I don't remember. It was definitely West Coasty.
Aaliyah?
It was West Coasty. Aaliyah's South possibly, because I know Timberland's from Virginia. Anyways, it was some kind
Snoop
of.
And Dre.
Maybe, dude. It was something weird. I pretty
much named off all the hip hop.
Okay, all right. Well, it's definitely one of those, and you'll in the link described for sure. Hopefully, I can have because you have the boot camp, and then does that just go to every one of the social medias you got going on?
What do you mean? Boot
or
camp?
was it a click? I'm sorry, band click or
no. I just have CoachTaylorMusic.com.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Oh, but when I don't know. Now I'm getting confused, and forgive me. I'm being unprofessional because I could have swore I saw some kind of merch thingy, but maybe
that's Lawrence Fishburne, not Samuel L. Jackson, motherfucker. Do you not recognize? No. Have you seen that clip? No, never mind.
No.
It's an obscure reference. Sorry.
Hey, don't leave us hanging. Don't fucking leave us. Give me an insider.
It was the interview thought. The interviewer thought Lawrence Fishburne or Samuel L. was Lawrence Fishburne, and he asked him about a commercial, and Samuel was like, "That's Lawrence Fishburne. Do you think all black people what do you think all white people look the same?"
Yo.
No, I'm just playing with you.
No. I understand. It actually reminded me of my partner I do my show with. He goes by Arizona Verse, and he's always having to play black representative, just because he, of course, married a white woman, very sinful, had some bastard babies, and no, I think he was married. I forget. I don't know all the full details, nor could I condone such bigotry.
I got you.
Yeah, I forget why I mentioned him. Oh no, that he has. So yeah, I totally get it. I'm glad you explained it to me. I don't feel as dumb now, and for whatever reason, I feel like I'm sinking further and further back, and I'm like, ugh.
You can pull
into
that. You
sunken
can pull
place.
that table as close as you need to, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, the thing is, I don't want to fuck this up. And this,
What? You can't just do it,
are you sure? It's not gonna mess it up.
dude. I've done it a million
All
fucking
right.
times.
I
It's just this leg, and I just have to fix it. I have a like an old railroad cart table is what we're talking about
Bro.
right now at my pad. We're at my place right now, the
Yeah.
Hobbit Hole, aka a lot of people have been here. It's like the bachelor pad of all fucking creativity.
Yo, all right. Maybe because I am in your house, I do deserve to suck your dick a little bit.
Hey.
And the one, as soon as I walked in, not only did it smell wonderful, and I'm not too sure if I just got special treatment with the candles, but yeah,
No,
probably.
no. I'm the Yankee Candle Don.
Yeah. Yankee Candle Dandy. I didn't want to call it the Don. I'm so sorry.
Don, motherfucker.
The Dandy's on some bitch shit. Forgive me.
No, I'm the Don.
That's
man.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, man.
Yo,
I mean, don't get it wrong.
no disrespect. No disrespect.
They're for the bitches, but I like good smells too.
Okay. And I'm gonna be just straight up straight. May I ask your sexual orientation?
I am completely straight.
So you're a cis?
What does that mean?
I don't know. Isn't that
cis male?
a cis male? A cis white male?
I don't identify as that. I identify as an asshole usually.
Okay.
But
there's another way avenue we can go into that one. But yeah.
Well, no, just like not physical asshole, but like just personality wise. No, I'm straight. I've never really had any kind of any interest or any kind of curiosity in male as far as sexuality goes. I can appreciate male beauty.
Right. I hate all the time. No, I'm taking
no, like I can be like, oh, that's a good looking gentleman. Oh, like, but I can appreciate. I think that comes from just doing.
You understand measurements or scales.
You're
a guitarist.
I like that's face. Like I said, faces.
Face value.
I said what attracts me in women, right? Faces. Coming back to that. So yeah, no, I'm completely straight. I definitely like, as gay as I get as watching girl on boy porn, I guess.
Girl on boy or girl on girl?
Well, you know what I mean.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't watch lesbian porn. That's just boring.
Yo, please, a believer, because most of my buddies, they love it, and I'm thinking, where are you? Where does the penis come?
Those guys that are telling you they like lesbian porn are the guys that are watching like two black dudes ram a chick in the ass at the same time.
Probably my partner loves BBC shit.
But those are the guys that don't want to bet their toe. I only watch lesbian porn because they're really in denial, right? Who really gets off to the? I mean, you could.
Like, it's not that it's not sexy.
If that's the only thing you had, but
right.
You're fantasizing when you're masturbating.
Word.
You're not like I want to be in that shit. You know what I mean? I don't. Yeah. I'm not like I'm thinking. That's the act. So that's how it works. But not. Shout out to lesbian porn. It's great. Fucking all day. If you just like having the background. If we
had two lesbians here just doing their action, like, yeah, I'd enjoy watching it, and then I'd be very remiss if I didn't want to jump in. You know what I'm saying? If that would even be possible.
Right, but that's like what I'm like. Yeah. When is the guy coming over to bang both of you? So
it reminds me. You ever watch Scotty Pilgrim against the world? Not Scotty Pilgrim. Euro Trip.
Dude, I'm so bad at remembering.
Or Euro Vacation. It was.
Yes, but I can't remember movies from
the hot little sister from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Michelle something or another. She was in, and I forget what the other two nerdy dudes were. I don't think they ever became anything. Anyways, there's a dude how he admitted that he actually only watched gay porn once. He thought the girls were gonna come, but the girls never showed up, and that was his line. And the girls never showed. Anyways, yeah.
So sexual orientation, I'm straight. I'm single right now.
Oh, holla. But he's picky.
What?
I said holla, but he's picky.
I mean, yeah, I I'm just.
Let me ask you, because like again, you have very nice pads, so I know for sure if you were to lure any whore, or hopefully I'd imagine a nice respectable young lady
Yeah.
into this home, like they would just fall in love in the geekery, depending if they were amongst that geekness. But at the same time, like I almost think to myself, like, dude, if I had this fucking place, I wouldn't deal with my family because I wouldn't want them touching it, fucking with it, misplacing it.
Well, yeah, I don't have any kids. No, yeah, I don't have anything like that. Yeah, I have been like I'm pickier in like what I'll deal with and like personality.
What's the last thing you broke up with someone with over?
To be honest, I just dated this. It was a weird, random thing, but I dated a younger like girl that was like 10 years younger.
Ooh.
Yeah, 10 years younger than me.
Barely legal?
I'm 34.
Ah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually gonna be 34 on Monday.
Oh, congratulations, dude.
So.
Oh yeah, you're Scorpio.
No,
Sag.
Sagittarius.
Yeah.
So last girl, I like dated like boyfriend girlfriend like. It was just it was kind of like a weird situation.
Wait, where there was like labels on it, or where you didn't have labels on it?
Where it was like we put labels on it, like.
She started that. You started that.
I don't know. I did kind of. I was just.
Did you just come from a hard breakup beforehand?
No, I hadn't. No,
okay.
I was just kind of wanted a girlfriend, and like she was interesting, and I liked her.
Can I ask how you met her?
I met her. We've known each other forever.
Okay, it's not the ears one, is it?
No.
Okay.
No, we've known each other. We've known each other forever, and like our parents were friends, kind of thing. So
does that make things awkward, or that sounds like a deep investment? If you're
no. I mean, we didn't spend a lot of time like growing up like together like that way. I'd see her once in a while. But right, I was like 10 years older than her, so like I was around when she.
You kind of watched her grow.
Yeah, but like not like.
I'm not on some Woody Allen shit. Look, I'm not trying to throw some Woody Allen.
Yeah, it kind of was like I never paid attention to them.
Right.
Like I wasn't.
That's kind of a nice little surprise. Like,
I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't ever paying attention to that. Like, and it like.
Let me ask you then. So when you saw her, was it more like, "Oh, look what she grew up into," or did you have an interaction with her that made you want to seek something further?
Yeah,
you said you like pretty faces, so I imagine she's not ugly.
She was more of an interesting, quirky girl.
Oh,
and like
Bjork quirky, or
I don't know. I just kind of like she was cute.
Was she smart? Is she nerdy?
She was like into animals and like she was. Dude,
I don't like animals.
She was young.
Right.
Whatever.
Right.
I was and like I just wanted to do something fun and. Like I wasn't looking for anything serious, and it was just fun and as soon as it stopped, kind of like being
fun.
It was just like some annoying shit, and it obviously, what the fuck am I thinking? Like, but that being said, like, it won't be awkward at family stuff when we see each other now. I'm sure she has a boyfriend and.
Right.
And I don't care. I don't hold any animosity to any exes or anything like that.
What was it that stopped it?
Me just kind of like taking
being over it.
Well, no, taking a stupid reason to do it to give it me an excuse. But it was just her immaturity of being in a relationship, not anything she did wrong.
Do you feel the need to not be the bad guy at all?
In what?
Whenever you had to, because if you use like a silly reason, then it shows that that's all that it's not that it's all that it took. Like you had to find the emergency door in order to get out.
I don't know. It wasn't that serious of a relationship,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So I was just like, whatever. She moved on. She's 20 something, 22. So.
She's out there giving chlamydia to somebody right now.
Well, I hope not. I still like her. She's a good girl.
You can still like people that have chlamydia. Are you prejudiced like that?
I have never gave anybody chlamydia.
You being a musician never caught a little clap.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah, it's off subject.
Okay.
I'm clean as can be.
Yeah.
I got my health fucking thing over here somewhere.
Now let me ask you this, because that's good. That's good to have. And obviously, it's so awkward to. And
Straight and single, baby.
hey,
Wrap that up.
but but for you to, what being 34, me being in my 30s as well, and I'm married, so I can't even get into this. But if I were out there to be, try to catch them strange, like I wouldn't know how to go about things, because you definitely didn't know how old they are. Because the sexier probably means and the tinier probably means the younger, and which means nigga, it's illegal.
Yeah, finish. Sorry, finish.
No. Well, I'm just wondering, like, how, and then I'm trying to lead this up to you have a card, and also another big thing that you want to do, and obviously, again, when you're at the bar, you're trying to get your dick wet, whatever. But listen, when you are whatever at some shit that you want to get your dick wet into in a fucking random ass bar at whatever sort of night, you gotta imagine you guys are probably both making really bad choices. So in that very sense of thinking, like, you would want to see, hey, are you clean? When's the last time you've been checked? Like, it's such an awkward thing to ask, but like, it's necessary. Or that's if you want to remain clean, at least. I don't know. You feel like you got something to say about that?
No, I'm thinking. I'm taking your question.
How would you even? How can you introduce that to someone? Like, or do you just say it straight up? Because I remember the first time I got asked that, it was a woman.
Well, you wear a condom, right?
You should.
You should.
But sometimes, have you never had a fuck it moment?
I mean, like 90% of the time.
And it's usually what gets you laid in the first place. You and another party, hopefully consensually, said fuck it. And
I mean, yeah, you know what? I haven't always been responsible with that.
Right.
Lately,
you want to be. You want to be.
I mean,
maybe, hopefully.
in the past, it was
Right.
it was more that I DJ'd at a bar for a long time, and I lived across the street from it, and it was just like kind of one of those like kind of crazy times in my life, where there was a lot of random shit going on.
Not to be nosy, because it was just in the corner of my eye. I swear I wasn't trying to look, but it was either on your laptop or on the screen. I saw, like, I don't know if it was iTunes or something, and whatever music player you use. Not that I'm trying to shout anyone out. And I could have sworn I seen the artwork for Cisco, and I'm thinking, is this motherfucker a DJ, or does he just randomly have Cisco on his playlist for workout purposes?
I have been rocking the thong song all week. No, I am a DJ.
You are now listening to the SoulPapo Sessions. You are now listening to the SoulPapo Sessions. Straight up, going back to the dick sucking I promised. Like, as soon as I walked in here, like, I thought to myself, like, oh my God, this is home. And earlier when I mentioned hating, like, I say that because I just think people hate in general, and they don't want to call it hating. And there's so many slang words for shit, like, I don't know what the fuck to call anything, but when you hate, I feel like at the same time you're kind of idolizing or worshiping, or, you know what I'm saying, you dig it a little bit, you know what I'm saying, obviously, or else why would you be such a bitch about it?
Envy, jealousy.
There you go, envy.
Envy and jealousy are a little different, but
well, yeah.
But
actually, no. What is the difference of envy and being jealous?
envy's, I think envy's, you're envious of what they have.
Like, is that negative? Like, because that someone has more than you?
Well, no, I get.
Like, do you have to look at it from a negative view?
I think envy is like you want. I don't know. I heard Jordan Peterson put it pretty.
Oh, I love him so much.
Yeah, I was listening to him, and he put it pretty well the other day, and it was like, are you envious of the guy who slept with your girlfriend, or are you jealous?
Well, envious would be if I didn't get to sleep with her.
Because you don't even know him, right? So how could you be envious of him?
Right.
Like,
he just fucked you over.
But you don't even know who he is. Maybe you don't know who he is, but are you jealous of him? Are you envious of him? Like, what's that? Are you just, what is that? Like, is that jealousy?
I don't think it's either, because you're not jealous because
you're jealous.
Well, the question would be before or after. Is it this guy who's fucking your person, your other? Is this before or after you're with them? Like, are you with them at the time, or is it before you met them? Because, like, my girl, she totally fucking gives me shit for people I've slept with before I ever fucking met her. If only she knew the women I've cheated on her with. You know what I'm saying? But she's so angry. I'm totally kidding, by the way. Yeah. But she's so, like, pissed off about just previous relationships. Like the fucking fire and fury that I hear over shit that I done way before I even knew she existed. So again,
Jealousy. And I don't know. I don't know quite the difference. I'm sure that's a weird one. I'm not a philosopher, but Jordan Peterson is, check him out. He's good. He's got some pretty smart shit to say.
I bought his latest book. Still haven't read it because there's other shit that still needs to be done. Everything always goes to back catalog unless I'm totally fucking geeked out for something. But he is a great speaker that I feel deserves to, save some praise and some attention. And what I did was I checked out. I don't know if it was his first book, something conscious theories, or it was very long fucking vocabulary word of a name. And it was so wordy, like I couldn't read it. And he's made references that book it's not an easy read.
You gotta do tape for him.
You'd have to because
there's no read. I don't read actually.
No.
No.
As hipster as you are, my nigga, and you don't read?
No, I'm not a huge reader. I think the last book I fully read was like Congo Congo by.
Is that the old one?
That movie that they made the movie.
Oh yeah.
Remember Michael Crichton maybe wrote with Amy Good Gorilla.
That dirtiness is above my fucking shoulder for sure. And actually, let me ask you: do you get upset by the word hipster? Because I used to hate it. I used to hate being called it. I used to, for no fucking reason, just because once you admit to being a hipster, you're no longer truly hipster. Like I didn't know what chicken or egg fucking end that came out of. That was a nasty rip you just did. Oh my goodness. Another thing too, and I'm definitely jumping off the fucking bears, but when I first saw like dabs, the way my nigga was getting a torch and going off of it, I thought to myself, are we smoking crack right now? That's what this looks like. But it smells beautiful. It don't smell like no fucking.
It doesn't last as long, and like, just there's gotta be something with burning that fucking, the flower and inhaling it. I get on my parents about smoking cigarettes because I grew up with that. I think we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah. Yelling on the
so
fucking walls.
I'm trying to at least do what I can to like kind of keep me sane and healthy. As much as I can.
That's pretty clean living. You're talking about what was the thing that the other cartridge thing has, where it's like so much percent THC, other percent. What is it? Methanol? Not methanol.
No.
I'm tripping with that.
No, I think it's just supposed to be straight. It's just supposed to be straight.
Something with some B word.
Oh, it's a distillate. That's just the way they extract it. Like,
okay.
It's a
like they'll
process.
cut with some coconut oil or something.
No. Distillate is like a.
That's not the distillate part.
I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it's like they extract it with like either a CO2 or like some kind of light heat to get it, and it's more of a champagne type not champagne, but it's more viscous. So it
because the last time I had one of those cartridges, and I got it from a cheaper spot that I normally hadn't gone, because every dispensary has their house blend sometimes, and once I got it, it was really droopy, and that shit ran out like within a fucking day or two.
Yeah, I usually stick with the timeless. They're more expensive, but they last longer.
You know what? I hate to be a brand snob, but you're totally fucking right when you say that.
Shout out Timeless. These clear ones aren't bad. They're a little fruitier, but
yeah. Matter of fact, though, the one that I have, and it's just a little bit left, which I feel so bad. I should have fucking reloaded. Like I literally I hit you up on a fucking whim, and I'm so glad that you have me over here.
Yeah, if you wanna hit it. If you're not wanting the dab, take one.
I gotta contemplate it, because I almost wish we could take these bitches outside and have a split, but you don't fuck with tobacco at all because of your background, right?
No, I just don't like it. I mean, if I liked it, I have it.
You fuck with the sativas now?
No, I'm good. I'm just my lungs are good after that one. Last one. No, man, it just makes. I'll literally try to smoke that. I think the first time I ever smoked a spliff was in the back of this guy named Aaron Piercy's house. Shout out Piss Drunks, Baker, and happened to be this like skateboard girl, Alyssa Steamer, was back there, and there was just all these. I remember it was like the first time I ever hung around like pro skateboarders, and one of my friends, Brandon, took me over there, and it was like the first time I hit it, and she passed it to me. I was like, oh, this is cool. Alyssa Steamer's passing me fucking, spliff. or not. I didn't know.
What was
I didn't
it
know.
rolled in?
I
Was it
didn't
a
know it was
cigar?
split.
Was it
I
a
didn't know it was
joint?
a spliff. It was just a joint.
Okay.
I didn't know it was a spliff. I thought it was a joint. And I hit it, and I just fucking. I don't remember if I coughed, but I got dizzy because like I never was. I don't think I've ever smoked a cigarette. Like.
So do you feel like it? So it is. It was harsh on you. Is that what you do?
This makes me cough.
Okay. Cause you know what?
This makes me cough.
Because if you don't fuck with cigarettes, then yeah, it's gonna be the worst thing.
No, but I smoke blunts.
Right, but at
Not
the
all
same
the time.
Yeah.
But like I can handle that, but still that even is like after I'm done, I'm like
Harshness.
I'm just like fuck, you know.
And I don't know what it was. I guess it was me just being a Jew, just trying to conserve little shits. Even though some places shouts out to the Nirvana Center in Glendale, like they'll have ounces for like $65 right now, like on special, or 70. You know, even 80, like it's pretty damn cheap. Just considering that the other places doing 100 and up. Like
I wish, but I'd be smoking it all day.
Right.
Like I'm that kind of smoker. Like I need the dab intensity. I like the place it takes me. I like to be.
Do you feel it gives you more control?
No. My dad asked me this actually. We had a conversation about it. He's like, well, I mean, because we were just talking about health and stuff, and I don't particularly like being. I guess is it sober, I guess is the right word, which sounds crazy, but
do you mean dealing with reality?
No, it's not, because I deal with reality.
Right.
I don't escape it. Like
I guess
I just don't
you can't.
I just marijuana, like THC, whatever, has been the thing that has been the least of the evils that I could be addicted to.
Right.
That, if obviously like
cocaine's so fucking expensive.
Well, I'm not a cocaine. Only when I'm in San Francisco, but
do you go raving out there? Is that way?
I go to outside lands with a lot of friends out there. Okay. I have a little family out there that I just love them and go out and visit them every year, and now I'm DJing all their weddings around the world and around the country, so it's pretty cool. But no, I honestly, I'm just, I have my mental things, and all the things I do now seem to keep them controlled. Like, I don't, like, I can go without pot. Like, I do. Not when I'm in town. Like, it's, if I have to travel and, like, I'm in a city where it's just, like, not available, which happens, it's not my, it's not like, I gotta get hot. Like, I don't stress out. It's not, I don't have withdrawal,
like that's kind of the first thing I need to do, though, when I'm somewhere new. Like, all right, where's the connect?
It would be nice.
Right.
And, like, thankfully, like, it's mostly, legal in most states now, but,
dude, fucking,
so it's not, like, a huge deal anymore, and, like, but, like, if I'm going to...
Some part of Korea just legalized it.
If I'm flying to someone's wedding, and... Like, I went to Iowa for, like, someone flew me out for a wedding.
Yo, I've never been to Iowa, and when I think Iowa, I just think Slipknot fans. So, like, oh, no, you got me excited. I was hoping it was Iowa.
I'm trying to think of Iowa.
Some kind of Idaho-like state or what?
No, I'm second guessing it was Iowa. I think it was Iowa.
I'm just wondering, in that kind of plain state, with no disrespect.
Yeah, it was Iowa. Yeah, it was Iowa.
How do people get down out there?
No, it was great. They flew me. There was a... I didn't experience a lot of it, but what I did...
What kind of crowd was it, if you don't mind me asking?
So, I DJ. I kind of got into DJing very randomly. Walked into a dive bar and kind of said I was a DJ and karaoke host, and kind of just started getting weddings and gigs and getting better and more into it, the craft and things like that. About that's probably like almost 9 years ago now. I'm old. Or no, maybe like 7. I'm bad at dates, but so I think that particular gig, it was a friend of mine, Sean, who I grew up with, his cousin, who happened to see me at Sean's wedding, which was in Sayulita, which is it's in Mexico.
Okay.
It's like by Puerto Vallarta, around there.
Okay. So near
just like it's like a little surf town. Yeah. And so he saw me there, and he's like, I don't know anybody, and
but to fly you out, like literally, like it just makes me wonder, like
it was. I mean.
Okay, it either tells me, or that maybe the talent pool isn't all that great though, which I doubt, because anyone could be a DJ, or the fact that you're that fucking crazy or that good of a time or someone you can trust.
That particular wedding.
How late did it go for?
Well, it was in Mexico, right? The one that he went to and saw me at to like book me. That one was a weird one because everybody was kind of sick. Like there was
like physically sick.
Well, there was a flu going around. Not it wasn't a food thing. It was like a flu, and a lot of people caught it. So it was one of those things where it's like people were just trying to dance because they were like, we were gonna fucking party. So, but I did the best I could with that, and like.
How do you work a crowd like that?
They're all my good friends.
Okay.
So, and I knew exactly what they wanted. Like, I grew up. I'm sorry. I need to get close to this mic.
I can't tell if you're getting lower or the fucking mic is good.
This mic stand's garbage. It's my broken one.
No, dude, I'm so jealous of this mic stand right here, like, because it's been so long that, and you're probably, as a musician, probably like, oh, whatever, fucker. But it's been so long since I've gone into, like, a Guitar Center or something. I don't know if you view Guitar Center as the corporate devil or...
I mean, I typically do Amazon or what. It's all the same shit, dude.
Right, and probably less price, you know what I'm saying?
It's all the corporate devil, but I need a fucking mic stand tomorrow for cheap. So, fucking Chinese guy die.
Hey,
for it, I guess.
That's what they're there for, right?
Or whoever.
Who are we to stop? Someone else is gonna get it. We didn't cause that guy's death.
I'm not a social justice warrior, although I was one the other night.
Over what?
Well, we're jumping topics so much, it's crazy. But anyways, yeah, that was in Iowa. I was lit, actually.
Yeah? I want to know, what kind of crowd was it? Because, again, it sounds super stereotypical.
It was a wedding, it's everybody. But, they just wanted...
Everybody's formal, so how can you really tell?
No, I mean, it's a wedding. It's everybody. You're with grandma, you're with grandpa, you're with, like...
How old were they?
They're my age, I believe, or a little bit younger.
So then
they just wanted a party.
Yeah. So with that, because this is what I'm wondering, because as far as like when thinking back the weddings I've been to, mind you, I'm not a badass DJ that travels around and does it. So the last time I've been to one, what was you're badass, nigga, just embrace it. The last time I had been to something like that was, I think, like, I can't even remember, and even then I think it was me watching it through a motherfucking VHS tape. Like, that's how often. So when I look back and I see music that would be playing, like, it's all shit from like yesteryear. So I can't imagine a wedding you would go to now. You know what I'm saying? And so again, and then it's buddies, and I'm not too sure how retro people go for weddings, if they're gonna have the motherfucking polka song or the chicken dance or.
Well, so here's where I've kind of made my market as a wedding DJ, getting into this whole aspect of one of my jobs and things like that.
Because you work like a Jamaican.
What?
I said you work like a Jamaican. You got 14 jobs.
Well, yeah, it's a hustle. But I just got into DJing randomly. I've always loved music. I've made mixtapes and shit since I've been able to. But got into DJing weddings, DJed more and more. I'm at that age where all my friends are getting married, so it's just like, it's kind of a snowball thing. And then I had a friend that I grew up with that would shout out Mikey Pro Forest Eater, like who like kind of helped me do. We started out when we both weren't as confident doing it, and then I've just kind of been doing it ever since. I don't heavily promote myself. I'm a package vendor at a couple places, so like people choose me, like I'm part of the package, like they can choose me, but I've just been word of mouth for the past like 5-6 years and been fairly successful doing it. I just took a different approach, obviously.
In the world of marketing?
No, just as a wedding DJ.
Okay.
Like, how I present myself. I'm not cheesy. Like, I don't, like, you think of wedding DJs, you think of, like...
You don't have, like, an alter ego?
Well, I have a more... I definitely have a more upbeat, like, tempo.
Okay.
And a more clear voice. I try to announce things differently, which I've learned over the years, because like I mumble a lot, like just in my right now, like I mumble a lot. I have a small mouth. Not good for sucking dick.
Yo, there's this one meth chick that I don't call her a meth chick. She happened to dabble in it. God bless her. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully she'll learn the error of the ways. I have no idea where she is now. But she was really nice. And but she was so tiny, and when she would give me head, like it was the biggest compliment. It felt like my dick was so fucking big because her mouth like literally wouldn't open that far. I mean, of course I'm well endowed and I'm very girthy because look at me, I'm a meaty man. But at the same time, like she just had literally something was wrong with her mouth, so like it made it even more difficult. So of course that just gives such fucking big ego points to enjoy. I'm sorry for the rant, but yeah.
Do you remember what I was talking about?
I'm really stuck on you just talking about short mouth. Once you did that, like it just took me to my happy place. Well, you were talking about how you market yourself and how you're not corny, you're not cheesy, and
Thank you.
Yeah, let me get the rest of it.
Yeah. So, no, I just was myself. I just try not to be cheesy, play good, interesting music. That's not necessarily like.
You're not like that guy. Have you ever played Crazy Taxi?
Is that people play that at weddings?
No, but I'm a big Sega fan.
No. Could you give me a little bit more gain?
Yeah. Yeah, it was so like informal too, because again, literally went from being introduced to finally, a little bit of correspondence, coming to your crib, geeking the fuck out as soon as I walk in, just wondering like, because I imagined this was gonna be the called it. I don't know why I'm using fucking kung fu references. Like this is the dojo, but and like that's ridiculously huge, man. Overcompensating much? That's fucking. I'm totally hating here.
The TV?
Yeah. How many fucking inches is that?
60 or 65 inches, I think.
Man, all I want to do is play Smash Bros on that. Like, fuck.
I do have an Xbox, but like, I don't play it that much. Yeah, that's a big ass TV. I bought it for my birthday last year, actually.
Ooh, treat yourself.
Yeah.
No, that's glorious. So again, and then just I imagine because you do graphic stuff, right? Or is that what is that tablet looking thing? That looks like a motherfucker.
That's just a monitor on its side.
Oh, word? Oh, I thought you used it like to draw or something.
Oh, I do. I have a tablet to draw on too.
Ah, okay.
That's on the bottom though.
Why do you keep it on its side?
That one on the side?
Yeah. No, the one laying down. What that thing?
That's a tablet to draw on.
Okay, yes, that's what I'm talking about.
But it's a screen tablet, like you can draw on the screen.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Because again, we circle loop back when Brian was shouting you out. He was so geeked out because he's like he does this and he does that, and from video to like there's some pro people out there, and then I'm like, ooh, I could just imagine those stories you had. That's what I wanted. Like I felt 100% queer, and I was like, ooh, the dish.
Oh yeah, I mean, so yeah, I got into doing music videos and stuff. I mean, I guess wrapping up the DJing thing, Yeah, we'll let me wrap up that DJing thing. No, I just marketed myself as myself and play good music, and brides are looking for hipster DJs.
You fit the look, my friend.
So I fit the look. And I'm actually not bad at DJing. I might like the craft. I know how to blend music well. I'm a musician. So like I understand it, and I try to you can go to Camelback Entertainment and read all my reviews on Facebook if you like.
CamelbackEntertainment.com?
Plug camelbackent.com, but on Facebook it's Camelback Entertainment.
Oh, so you legit, like, I feel like this is your area. Do you purposefully like try to stay within the area, like, that, or coincidental?
It was just a when I had the like idea to kind of do an entertainment company more than my own name, and plus it was with my friend Mikey Pro, who I grew up with. He lived right next to me, and like I was trying to think of a good name that sounded classy, and that was like easy to remember. And
as a cigarette smoker, I'm like, ooh, Camelback.
Well, it's just because the mountain,
right,
obviously,
yeah.
But and like we both grew up looking at it. You can see it right out of our, how
people come from across the nation and sometimes around the world to fucking check that out.
And my mom looks at it every day right out her back door, so it's pretty cool.
One of the I don't know if you have. I mean, we all have aspirations, and I know growing up here, going around the 51, seeing those fucking houses like on the fucking Camel's Back, like not Camel's Back, the like right at the fucking mountaintops. Like I'm like, what? How much money do these motherfuckers have? And I figure that we have like I know we have a lot of porn industries and shits that are out here. So I'm wondering, like, dude, who's getting his fucking dick sucked in front of this all glass fucking ceiling and saying popping rosé on this bitch's fucking tits while he has little coke plates that are probably on a fucking midget's head.
Oh, the porn that gets shot here?
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of porn that gets shot here.
A few young ladies that have been in the spectrum, they've been on those things. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, it's always a fun thing when you know someone who knows someone who is taking some hard dick. It reminds me of a line. I don't know if you ever watched Zack and Mary Make a Porno, when Seth Rogen was talking to Elizabeth Banks, and he tells her, he's like, if someone told me that there's a video of Roseanne getting fucked retarded, like I'd be like, why the fuck aren't we watching that right now? And I don't know what it is about such privacy being out there for.
I'm sorry, what's the question?
I don't know. I just fucking rambled for a while.
Okay, sorry. No, I don't know what.
You're up there. Can I turn that?
Oh, turn it on.
Oh,
hello?
Yes.
There we go.
Ooh, sexy.
No, I think we're talking
about the Camelback Entertainment.
Oh yeah, no, just DJing. So started the Camelback Entertainment, just something kind of iconic from growing up in Arcadia.
How did that make the jump from into directing? Like another side hustle that you just... What were you doing that caught someone's attention to do that? Or were you out there trying to help someone blow up?
So, I never was interested in being like a big DJ or like producing music or like trying to take that to like a national level or anything. Like I just enjoy it. Like I enjoy doing weddings. Like,
it's a fucking good time.
It's a good time, and if you can be good at it and not be cheesy and like
be genuine
and be genuine,
we've been talking. That's been like a theme. Just being genuine.
Just being yourself, which and knowing all music, knowing the Bright Eyes to the Kendrick Lamar to the to just everything, to African Mbata to like. Funkadelic, all...
How far back do you go in your personal taste of crates, so to speak?
I mean, I'm more of a just...
Because everyone can say Beatles, right? Like going back into some Beatles shit, but no?
Yeah. Well, no, of course I like the Beatles, but I don't like...
is there really any deeper other than earlier
things that
Elvis cuts?
Things that I listen to that are old all the time, consistently... Bill Withers.
Okay, that was what late '60s.
I don't. Yeah, I 70s, 80s, 70s.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that wait? Isn't that?
I think
Wait. Is Bill Withers not R&B jazz?
he's like rhythm and blues, I guess.
Okay.
Like
Well, who
Lovely
knows?
Day or other.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I love Bill Withers. Like that's something I listen to all the time. For old stuff, but
Were you a fan of Queen at all?
who?
Queen, Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like who is not a fan of Queen?
Did you catch the movie?
I haven't seen it yet. Heard it's pretty good, or I don't know.
If you're a fan, you're gonna enjoy it.
I'm gonna go see it. I'm just not a fan of movie theaters.
Yeah. So you're waiting for it to die out or what?
Look at my TV, bro. 65 fucking
We're
inches.
just waiting for this bitch to get on Ultra 4K.
I mean, I don't even care about the 4K. I can't even see that far.
Right. Dude, because again, going back to sucking your dick. Like if this thing was in the way, like if I lived here, like I'd be in my fucking belly all day just looking at it like this.
Right.
And
This is I've set this up to be like the most comfortable spot like I could ever imagine.
do you ever do recording sessions for other artists? Do you ever get into doing that?
I'll do like live videos here for friends.
Okay.
I've done a couple, like just friends playing acoustic and stuff like that. I should be filming myself more, but again, like my voice, like I'll just sit there and do like 100 million takes and it'll never get done. So
And you're going back to it not being a matter of perfectionism, but a matter of just you knowing what sounds good.
I mean I like my voice sometimes.
Because don't you geek out listening to yourself though?
No.
No.
When I sound good,
Or else why the fuck would you be out there performing shit?
dude, I don't know, man. It's
Has
a
that
really
many people-
it's a really hard thing to say. I've always been very self-conscious about my voice. I've loved to sing, always since
Okay.
I've just loved to sing. At some point, I realized I wasn't that amazing, but I can I can sing, and my voice can do a lot of different things. Like, I have a range of like weird things I can do with my voice, like, but it doesn't mean necessarily that my tone is the most pleasing.
So as far as wanting to find, like in your original style, like
That's hard for me to find. Because I like.
do you feel you're still crafting that? I mean, obviously as an artist, you're probably always
maybe my original style is I have all these voices, and I have all these different sounds I can do.
Right.
Like.
Let me ask you, what's your opinion on Ariana Grande as a singer? Not so much I mean, I guess you can't really separate the pop star from the art sometimes, but just how someone would Kanye like take away
As a singer, like as for talent.
just as far as her originality or her, I want to say her voice, but I'm not talking just how she sounds. I'm talking about like how she crafts things. Because you can hear her. The reason I bring her up, she could be Celine Dion, she could be Britney Spears, she could be Shakira. Sometimes she just plays off the most. It's like anyone who does impersonations. Like there's a difference from impersonations to just like this is part of me. And the fact that all these different ranges are out there, like how obscure do you need to be?
That's
to
what
be
I
original?
that's what I struggle with. Am I just impersonating these people because they are my influences? When I sing like, Kendrick Lamar or like, but it's my voice and I can do the voice.
Right.
Like not everybody can sound like that voice, and like.
Yo, you being an audiophiliac or whatever, like when you hear all the crazy EQ or twists and turns that his audio does, do you catch and know what his?
If I listen to it with headphones on, like really pay attention.
Or do you not try to blur the magic when you get to enjoy something?
I'm listening to his lyrics.
Okay.
I could give a fuck about the beat, like with him. I'm listening to what the fuck he's doing with his voice.
Okay.
And like what they're doing EQ wise, like how they're EQing it differently at different points when he's doing his, poetry and the poetry when I'm, like that kind of weird shit. Do
you think do you feel like he's just doing that on his own, or is that some obvious mix by Ali-ish?
Like all the different like I'm sure like production is a huge part of his
budget.
well no of I mean of his all the different like pitch shifting he does.
Yeah.
You know, like the different, you know, things as far as going up in pitch and down in pitch, and you know how like some parts will be all low, and it's just
Pitching.
there's a lot of dynamic to like, you know, what he does as an artist vocally, and yeah, that's a lot to do with like, you know, the producer putting the right sounds and shit on it, and but I mean, that being said, he's fucking Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. So again, going back to like finding your style, and again not knowing what, again, on some chicken or the egg shit, like do you I don't know if that always got in my way when I would write, because I would write something, never music being really the forethought, the afterthought, unless I'm literally writing to something. Usually, for the most part, I'm not gonna have some random fucking beat or rhythm in my head unless I'm hearing some sound from the outside. It's like when you create, it could be a mix of that, right? As far as where you find the inspiration from.
Yeah, I mean,
or do you have a specific thing that you had to have like a fucking pencil between your butt cheeks or something?
No, I think more or less, I just do it. I don't think about it so much. I just try to, the things that sound good to me, I listen to. The tones that I play, the songs I like, what's best for my voice, too. Is kind of what's crafted, what I do as far as like a cover artist, like doing covers and loops and things like that, and like trying to just, you know, make something that I'm happy to like groove to, you know.
Can you recall the first thing you ever sampled?
Sampled as far as like...
Would you ever get into sampling? Or have you always been live instrumentals?
Well, I sample all my drums, but like I find all my samples for my drums, and then I put them into my MPC, and then that...
Oh, which MPC do you have?
It's the MPC Live, so it's like it's a new standalone one. That you can actually...
I used to always have wet dreams of getting a 2500 just because of how sexy it was and different from the older, you know what I'm saying,
well,
model.
this one's like a built-in computer, and it's like a 6-hour battery.
Oh, shit.
And, yeah, it's touchscreen. It's like...
It doesn't have the pads?
It has pads. Okay. It just has...
Well, you figure it'd have to. It fits on a Kai MPC.
But it's like, instead of putting a computer up to your MPC, it has an iPad built in. So
oh shit! So little DOS is right there on the screen.
Yeah, it's all there, like that whole right there. But I use it more as just I have all my drum samples that I've curated from different areas and different things, and I have them in there, and I run that into my looper. And I'm basically just kind of drumming on the spot, like with one hand, just kind of creating that.
Let me ask you, I've always gotten, you can call it laziness, that's been one of my issues, that's why I'm the girthy, thing that you see before you. But every time I'd make a beat, like I'd stop like at 4 bars, and like I wouldn't know how the fuck to transition, or to throw in a goddamn bridge. You know what I'm saying? Like it would just be those fucking that 4 to 8 bar loop, and like, all right.
Well, that's why I think you go, I don't know, you copy something first. You learn a cover. You figure out how the best people wrote the songs if you want to figure out how to write it.
True. And
then you grow and you change it how you want, and you throw in your style, and you kind of create your own style. I mean, the problem is I grew up playing in bands. I grew up, like 12, playing bass, like with my friends, and we just played throughout high school, middle school, and high school, up until we moved to LA together after high school, and we did LA for a couple of years, and
living out there, like roaming around.
Yeah, we
buskinging it.
Not so much. We moved out there, and we just kind of tried to be I don't know. We had no.
We're trying to be seen.
We're
get
trying
signed?
to. Yeah, basically, we had no plan. No, as far as that goes, like how to do it.
Did you ever have a dream label that you always wanted to be a part of? Like I even though I know that they fuck people hard, like I always had a hard on for Interscope. You know what I'm saying? Or like,
I don't know if I ever thought about like what was the good label. One of the singer's brother that I played with was they were on Geffen.
yeah. Oh, and that's a subsidiary to whatchamacallit. Yo, so did you? How much time do you have?
I'm not doing anything tonight.
Oh, okay. Dude, you need to get a fucking Nintendo Switch. Like, no. Oh my god, that eye rolled. What kind of, are you a PC
When I say
Master
I'm
fan?
not doing anything tonight, I have like edits I have to do.
No, yeah. No, the work is done besides personal appearance somewhere.
What I was working on, they probably wanted it today, but
Hey, that shit froze. I'm testimony.
yeah, it did. It totally did. So getting back,
Do you have any religious background, bro?
no, my parents like so I was baptized, which I grew up.
Ask what you were baptized.
What the fuck is it called? This is just Christian.
Okay.
I really don't know.
I think you say something crazy foreign, like, oh my goodness.
No. Well, I mean, kind of my.
Any denomination?
No.
That's why you had to like.
I don't know. So my grandma, who is my grandma, my mom's sister's husband.
I just got lost. Your mom's sister's husband?
Yeah. So my mom's sister.
Okay,
so,
that makes sense. No, I got there.
So
your uncle.
Yeah. Well, my uncle. Yeah. So his mom, like, we've always been really close with her.
Okay.
Grandma Barbara. She just passed this year, actually.
Oh. Okay. Out of love and respect for her, you guys would go.
What was I talking about?
About the
religion. Yeah,
yeah.
No.
So
She
went
was
to
really
church.
Yeah. She went to church, and she worked at a church for years at St. Timothy's in Compton.
Isn't that Catholic?
St. Timothy's, dude.
It's again.
I don't.
It's a part of Christianity.
I don't fucking know. Like, she wanted us to get baptized, so she worked at the Compton church for like almost, like a long time, and so we all got baptized. I forget, me and my cousin were like
How old are you?
8.
Dude, I'm gonna paint you a funny picture. So, and mind you, I'm like Oprah as far as like my weight fluctuating because I've been super healthy, and then what you see now, and then something a whole lot worse. So, but I'm sure it's not hard to imagine me being a butterball kid because I definitely was. 10 years old, and them needing like a fucking firefighter team of motherfuckers holding me to dip me into this goddamn water. I mean, God bless water, really. But so the hilarity of how that would be picked, just we gotta fucking dip them into the pool. So
How old were you?
I think 10? 8 or 10? You say 8, something around there?
How much did you weigh when you were 10?
I don't fucking remember, but you know what I'm saying, it's not. It couldn't have been a cute sight. And I look back at some pictures like, oh my god, like
They didn't dip me in anything. I think they just did the head.
It should have just been a fucking water tap. Why the fuck do you need to dunk me in there? Like, I never
They
understood.
flew in an African priest.
South African?
No, he was from like
African?
Kenya.
Oh, so
Yeah, no, he's black. My grandma, she like that whole side is black. Like my uncle is black. So that grandma is black. So they're all in Compton. So it's all like.
oh, so she's probably Baptist then. Not to be stereotypical, but because every time she's been there all her life, and then I imagine was the music. How was? All right, let me ask you this: how was praise and worship? Did they get down or did they not get down?
Episcopal. What's Episcopal? St. Timothy's.
Yeah, that's.
I think.
The ones that they only eat fish.
Dude, whatever. It's some little ghetto church in Compton, but I grew up going there every year for different holidays and eating, and I grew up in the church, and like me and my cousin were like the only like white kids, getting baptized by it, like on this whole room, full. It was funny. funny. It was fun. It was hilarious.
It's just a funny scene to think about.
Yeah, there's a picture of it somewhere. I don't know. My mom has.
I love that you have pictures, like good, genuine ass, like that has to warm up the ladies. Besides, obviously, have beautiful nostalgia for you.
Yeah, I didn't set up this pad so much for bitches, but definitely they feel comfortable in here when they do come because it is, styled.
It has a very healthy feng shui.
Yeah, my dad was an interior decorator, I guess, growing up.
Oh, so you definitely didn't mind me sucking off here, talking about how beautiful everything looks.
I set it up to be comfortable, like, and make people feel comfortable, and like when I work here,
right.
Like I have to be creative.
Fuck yeah.
Like if it's messy and shit, like it fucks your creativity up. You just think, like, oh, there's clutter, like. And sometimes.
What do you feel when you go into a white, bland room? Does it diminish your soul, or do you not give a fuck about it?
I mean, it's not somewhere I don't want to live.
Right.
Right. Like if I live there and make it, my own.
Word. You know what's so funny? Do you ever fuck with Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Oh yeah.
There's what do they say about the boat? Not the predicament, but because they pretty much acknowledging it and not saying encouraging rape, but they're saying that when you're on this boat, in the middle of nowhere, and you get
it's implied.
It's so we're gonna be fucking tonight.
It's implied.
Is that what they said?
I'm pretty sure it's implied. Or yeah.
Because of the implications. The implications. How that's such a
implicated. It's implied, or yeah, that's what they say.
It's to be, the implications. Because, and again, it's not to sound. It sounds dirty. The more you have to explain, I guess, the more sleazy it sounds. But the sheer fact that hey, we're here, we're adults, we're having fun. You would think that we're gonna have a good time all the way around and enjoy each other's company.
Are you trying to say that my apartment is like a rape boat that women can't get off?
I'm not trying to say it's a rape boat, but it's definitely because I don't. Luckily, I don't feel drowsy from what I've been consuming. Although when you look at something like this, you'd figure, nigga, you just made a potion out of this.
Well, that's from Costco, so I don't know. I mean,
it's organic USDA,
is
so that's what it says. I figure you hipster fuck USDA organic.
I'm not that hipster.
Yeah. No, it's beautiful. But what's so funny is that this position right here, because I love this seat. As soon as I got here, I thought to myself, that's definitely the cool crash out couch. But this right here, I don't know. This is just a good little thinking couch. And what's so funny from this very angle, the way that this bed is positioned, it's kind of like, hey, like you're not saying come on in. You're not saying jump in here, but just the way that it's angled, it's just kind of like if this shit were to tilt slightly askew, we'd fall up in this bitch. So again, I'm not too sure if that was implied.
There might be a Yankee Candle in there going to, I don't know, man.
Luring them in.
So the magic happens. Again, yeah, I just like to be comfortable. It's a Tufton needle. Shout out, sponsored me.
Yo,
I like the mattress.
I just heard about you fuck with KUPD?
No, I don't listen to the radio ever.
I hate radio, other than me wanting to be on the radio, just because I want to be a talk show person.
Holmberg and shit.
Yeah. And he was actually talking about this, I guess, some deal that he was trying. Did you hear about this? He was trying to smooth with them, possibly over dinner, because that's what you do, with your sponsors or your affiliates. And he was just talking about how the boss had dipped out on the tab just to make it a little bit cheaper. But again, it's a tactic you have to do whenever you're, I don't know. Like whenever you have to tell them you rub me, I rub you, like, I don't know. Yeah. To either seal the deal or to create rapport, because that's part of the budget.
I don't know. I haven't been like proactive enough on social media to warrant anybody giving me a sponsorship, but I buy a lot of shit. So, yeah, I don't know. I just.
How do you push for that without just? I mean,
dude. Like I said,
you have to give shit for free for a while.
Dude, I'm so self-deprecating because I think I come from like I'm gonna be 34 in a couple days here, and like
Are you doing anything for that, by the way?
I don't really have any plans. I have a show at the Churchill on Sunday, which is the day before.
Oh, I think it's how you're promoting for that.
I mean,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
11 to 3, I'm playing, so maybe come out for my birthday.
Hey, buy this man a shot. We'll give it a rub and tug.
I mean, I get free drinks. Nah.
Do you drink normally?
When I play?
Yeah. Oh, that was only another question. Whether or not would you, because obviously you take fucking gnarly bong rips, a fucking what is it called? Shatter.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, like, how fucking do you not get fucked up during performances, before performances? Will you just enjoy a beer to give you mellow, or?
No, I've done pretty much everything you could probably perform on. Just
No, but as preference, like, because you got to live. I mean, you got to perform damn near every day, right?
I don't perform. I perform like 3 days a week.
That's like, it sounds like a full week to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm busier at sometimes. I mean, well, I'm DJing on the weekends too, so I guess. But that's different. I don't mind beer. Like when I drink a little bit, like I try not to get fucked up. Sometimes I will drink too much. But like I don't know.
Like, you don't see it as a point to want to get fucked up, right? I imagine.
I know it makes me a lot worse.
Okay.
I know it for a fact. It just doesn't make me any better. Like, I just don't sing any better and don't play any better. Sometimes it takes a little self-conscious. Like, if I feel feeling self-conscious on stage, like it's a weird.
It'll amplify it.
No, it doesn't. It'll take that away a little bit, but it doesn't make me play better.
Okay.
Which would take the self-consciousness away more. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'd rather play better.
When you DJ, do you drink? 'Cause I imagine that's the time they probably
depends. It depends. Like if it's like a fun party, yeah, I will. Like a wedding, like maybe at the end of the night when all the main shit's done. You know, like all the important stuff, and they're just partying.
All the announcements, we just
chilling. But I always have to like drive home with a bunch of equipment after. I'm not a big drinker.
Right.
Like,
what?
Period.
Again,
you saw how much I smoke.
Which is exactly my question. Like, you probably don't care for drinking much.
Yeah, I mean, I like it, but
right.
I'm like a more social. Like, I have to be like You're not gonna see me sit here by myself with a beer very often.
Right.
You know, like hanging out watching the game or like anything like that. So but I smoke. You know, like that. I prefer that, and that's obviously. It's just alcohol. Doesn't agree with me, but I enjoy it every once in a while, and it's fun socially.
When's the last time you? Because again, I'm not a big drinker either, so it's like few and far between. Like, I think the last time I tried to drink to get drunk, I was like, "What the fuck am I doing? This is going nowhere." Why am I doing? No, but not to ask you that, because it's. But when's the last time you got fucked up to really? Oh God, why would I ever do that?
I know the exact. I can think of the exact moment. I went to San Diego. San Diego. The whale's vagina.
There you go.
I went to San Diego to visit my dad over there, and
the weather's so fucking nice out there.
Yeah, and I think I had
I can give a fuck about any. No offense, 6 year and the Cali Connect, but when people try to Cali brag, you know how that goes. When you Cali brag, like the only place I'll give it up to though is just I don't know if it's the salt in the air in San Diego or.
San Diego is amazing, but no. What were you asking me? I was visiting my dad. I'm so bad at.
You got fucked up.
I was visiting. Oh yeah, I was visiting my dad, and I was hanging out with my friend, fucking JPL.
They make speakers. No, P isn't Pop. I get it.
No. Fucking Justin Paul Lucas. He's a good friend of mine. He works out. He works out there. He's the artist concierge for one of the big nightclubs out there. So he's all fancy and schwanky now. Drives a BMW.
Ooh.
No, he's cool. But I saw him, and I was like, we went out, and I had like a bunch of tequila. Because I was just excited to see him, and like we were overdoing, like I overdid it, just out of like that's when I get fucked up, like when I'm excited to see friends, you know, like let's have a shot, let's drink, you know, fucking mezcal, you know. But I like tequila. It always makes me fucking throw up, you know.
I've never heard of tequila being kind to anybody.
No,
which is funny that people like it so damn much.
Well, it's just a fun drunk. It makes you energetic and shit. I mean, makes you feel like a Mexican, I guess.
It just, and you know what? I guess the best way, if you want to take that bong rip as I go into this little rant, I feel like tequila is literally, it's the way for whether Anglo-Saxon or Negro, for you to feel like, just, because when you look at Mexicans, you're like, oh man, they overpopulate a lot. Like, you gotta imagine it takes a whole lot of Catholic guilt with a whole lot of liking to fuck in order to be able to finagle why anybody would reproduce so goddamn much or bless it much or what have you. But so yeah, and again, tequila gets you so fucking in there, so woohoo, that you might stick your dick in anything that might spit. And I think
Oh, no, it's fun. It's fun. I like it. Hot. Yeah.
it's crazy seeing just like I had no idea. Obviously, I imagine you have a measurement system for yourself and understand how much you need to scrape out that bitch.
Okay, no, actually, I should have scraped it first and then heated it up.
Science is a wonderful thing. I wonder if you have a solder, would that help at all?
What do you mean?
Like I don't know much about construction, but like a soldering gun like that just keeps shit hot, right? Or does it actually liquidate?
I actually have like a E. This isn't like
It's all good.
this isn't riveting, but
No, it's just interesting.
yeah,
And it's totally good, brother, because you can hear. I got you.
okay. I don't have it. I have like a little like electronic thing I could plug in, but I just kind of prefer doing it with a torch. I change it up. I don't know. Weird.
No, there's something cool about that though. Like the little pyro me just wants to fucking just light shit on fire all day with that. Like I'm so glad I'm mature.
Well, the thing is with the e-nail for the dabs, like it's great and everything, but sometimes I'm forgetful. Boo, boo, boo. Marijuana affects the memory.
Marijuana affects the brain.
And occasionally, like, I will forget to turn it off. Or, like, I'll forget, I'll think I'll push the button and I didn't. Maybe I'll leave the house, and that's not good. So doesn't seem safer, but I'm here, and I'm turning it off always, so.
Hey.
And
It's just such a trip just to see this shit happen. And I remember, like, again, back to my first experience, like, I just feel like my eyes are opened. And I guess that's kind of what the drug is. I feel like, at least why I always embrace it in the opening of the third eye and whatnot. Like that was always part of something that that the religious fucking me could never ever escape. I mean, because you got to give definition to things, and unfortunately, no matter how wrong religion can rub you, it's just because we're putting a name to things. It's just the same reason why being in a relationship where you have to label shit kind of fucks things up, because you're labeled and you're calling it something and you're holding it to a certain kind of standard that either it's unconventional or either it's too conventional and played out, or just or I don't know, you're not able to grow from. I think that it smells so fucking good.
I'm on that white boy shit.
If there's anything left in there.
Oh, yeah, there's one. I mean, you can probably put the...
Woo! Get some scraps. We'll wrap this up, but
Did you have any like questions or anything written down, or?
Bro, I can't even read my handwriting right now.
Kind of went on like a tangent of all kinds of different shit. Fuck.
Well, that's kind of what I was hoping for, and
Oh, we didn't get into video or anything like that?
No, we didn't get into none of the technicals, but we definitely burned through 2 fucking hours.
Did we? It was already 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure from where we had started at.
Oh yeah, I came over at 4, huh? Fuck.
But I would hope though that upon meeting that you like me enough, because I definitely fucking like you without trying to sound too queer about it, to where, you know what I'm saying, like, I don't know, we could record again. Definitely, I want to bring some fucking flour and get see where that goes. Cause just I don't know, that is I enjoy it, or I don't know where I catch you at. We'll do more live in the field sort of shit.
Yeah, you're never gonna get me drunk on a podcast. I'll say some stupid shit.
Maybe that's what I want. That's when I ask the technical shit, because that's when I want to hear the real hunger doors. Because again, as soon as Brian was big up in you, and I've been dying to pick his brain too, just from doing what he does and seeing all the shit that you have to be around when you're performing and you're dealing with managers that Again, there's a whole lot behind the scenes stuff that I was curious about.
I mean, yeah, there's fucking playing the local scene is pretty cut and dry, man. It's kind of gigs come and go, and you fit in places and you don't, and it's not really, I guess there's not a lot of there's competition, but there's like a good community of people that help each other out. So because you get more gigs that way, and then you know, I think that all ties into just all the entertainment shit I do, like DJing, and just put out a product you're at least proud of enough, even if you do hate your voice sometimes.
How are you with public speaking? Considering that you DJ and you have to kind of play host.
I do. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever considered, I don't know, like stand up or anything like that?
No, I don't know if I'm like funny, like that kind of funny. I can make my friends laugh,
Right.
but I don't know if I'm like stand up.
I mean, well, where's really the disconnect from someone just again shooting the shit, which it makes you a great freestyle artist. I feel, you know what I'm saying, those that have like a premeditated thought and a way to get you to that understanding. But again, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. That's one of my little aspirations. That the reason why I do the Geeks Who Drink thing out there is because I was like, all right, I got to quit being lazy because I have allowed laziness to take me where I haven't wanted it to. And then, you got to be out there. And another thing that I was curious about was how you handle crowds that sometimes, you know, they're there. Like when I see guys there, no offense to the customers, because there's a great crowd, and I've met some really great people. But at the same time, I can see the stereotypical guy who overdressing, wearing way too much fucking cologne, trying to get his dick sucked from this most commercialized looking whore in the world, and he doesn't want to hear nothing other than whatever his objective is, whether you call it a bro or just a typical date in the 20th, 19th, 20th, whatever.
Are you serious, like, far as like crowds that aren't supportive, or like when you're playing?
Yeah. Or just, you know what I'm saying, out in general.
It's a lot of that. It's
like it's not avoid. You can't really avoid it.
It's 90% that, like, crowds not really giving a fuck. Sometimes, like, it just depends, dude. It's like occasionally you'll get crowds that are super engaging, and they'll be
see them smiling and clapping.
They'll just clap right away. Everybody's clapping. Sometimes you get crowds, they don't know if they should clap or not.
Do you encourage that? Do you like that? Does that bother you?
I mean, when I'm playing music, I'm not like a
you're not a shrewd? No,
I'm trying. My personality is a little bit different than when I DJ. It's not as
more showman. Well, you figure they'd be the same.
No,
as far
they're
as
not.
ego?
No. It's. I try to be like more. I'm more self-deprecating. It's.
Which is why I thought stand-up comedian.
Well, yeah. I mean, and I am self-deprecating when I'm on stage a lot of the time.
What's the most self-deprecating lyric you could think that you've written?
I don't know, lyric-wise. I don't know, dude. I mean, it's more more me making light of the stuff I'm not like that comfortable with, like the musician I am, I guess, you know. But I'm just sarcastic, dude. I think shit's funny. I like comedy, but
hopefully you haven't been offended by anything I've told you today.
No, I'm good.
Okay,
I'm pretty chill.
All right. Hopefully I haven't been as boring, because I do want to offend, but not again doing it in any ill intent.
I don't think you could offend me. But
yo, did you ever say what you got social justice warrior on about?
Oh, I just saw some like weird racist shit go down at the pizza spot in Tempe, and like the security guard. It was just an interesting thing. I told a couple of people. I was talking to Brian about it actually. There was like these two black people in the pizza place, and I was like eating, and they were just in there ordering, and then the security guard kind of came like outside. He was outside walking. He saw like the girl, looked at her, and then kind of looked at like the black guy standing up.
Danger.
And like the look, I saw it all kind of go down because I was like staring outside eating my pizza, like staring out the window, and like I could see him kind of like, oh shit, like what's going down? While I'm in there listening to the guy be like, literally he was like negotiating, like, hey, like how much cake do I get for, $3.50, like kind of negotiating, like.
Was this a brother trying to get a cheap deal on some cake?
He was a brother trying to get a cheap deal on some fucking cake. He wasn't trying to rob nobody. Needless to say, he was in mostly red and had gold teeth and dreads.
Ooh.
But
well, that right there, come on now, that is your typical nigga from Florida. Like that is dangerous written all over.
he had a
Chicago.
He had a Chicago Bull shirt on.
I figured it'd be Chicago too.
I understand that, but
Did you hear about that bartender?
But listen, let me finish the story. So, needless to say, like, I wasn't threatened. He was just in there with his girlfriend. I was sitting there eating my pizza. I gave him the what's up to both of them, like, hey, how's it going, you know? Like, and this guy wasn't inside, he was outside. He just saw, he saw her first. So he saw, like, the, like, black girl first, okay, and then saw him.
Was she banging or was she ghetto? I mean, it's not wrong either way. How do you answer?
She was ghetto. I mean, she wasn't ugly.
Like on some hoochie shit?
No, she was like on the fuzzy sandals, kind of Cardi B shit.
Big girl or?
No, she was good size.
Okay. So it sounds like you're saying skinny.
I would have dated her. I like ghetto girls.
So do you feel like she would have been talking with her hands? Like, can you see her talking from her hands from the outside?
We'll get.
I'm not defending the racists here. I'm just
no. They were cool. They weren't like, besides him, doing the cheese. He was trying to get the deal on the cheesecake. That's all that was going on at the moment. Really, it wasn't shit going on.
That's all you had to work with. Okay, I understand.
Yeah, so there wasn't shit going on, and the guy was outside. He didn't know what the fuck was going on.
And he was trying to negotiate prices.
Well, he just stops and gives a stare like fucking like I've never seen before. Like he literally is like staring at the guy like kind of hunched down like he's ready to like get his gun or something like. Wow. And he's like this nerdy kind of like dopey looking white dude, and the way he was staring looked like I knew what he was staring at. He was staring at the black guy behind me. But the way he was staring, like in the way I was, he looked like he was staring at me too. Because I was sitting down, like, and the black guy was right behind me, kind of, but he was staring.
So you caught the look of a devil, I'm sure.
Well, I just caught the look of like racism, kind of. Like that kind of like.
There was some definite judgment going on.
I just kind of saw it, like, and if this guy's such, and so I look at the guy, and this is my social adjuster. I look at the security guard at the window, and I kind of like
what the fuck?
Like, what are you looking at? Yeah. I'm sorry, you can't see me gesturing. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at?
That's
like, kind of. Yeah. I was like, kind of, and like, and then I give him like the hey wave, like what, and then he finally kind of walks in. He goes, he walks in. I was like, and I kind of got aggressive, and I was like, what the fuck are you looking at, dude? I'm like, I'm trying to get my
And he was security? This is security looking in like that?
Security guard. It was like...
Rent a cop, definitely, for sure, the way you're describing him.
Yeah, team security, whatever, that patrols around Tempe and shit. And,
the brother sounded like a nigga from 8 Mile. I got this young blood. He's looking at me.
No, he didn't. No, the guy, that guy was...
Oblivious to what was going on?
I don't really know. I didn't see. He was behind me, so I don't know. I saw what happened, and... just out of like kind of fun and to give this guy a hard time and not to quite embarrass these two black people that were in there.
So you definitely knew.
I definitely knew he wasn't staring at me, but I like got aggressive like he was staring at me because
he looked like he was staring at you.
Because if that black guy would have saw that dude staring at him like I saw it, like for like one of those weird long pause, like, are you really staring at him that hard?
Yeah.
Like for
are you that fucking obvious?
Like it was like 45 seconds, like I'm like, oh fuck, this guy's weird, and I was like,
it almost seems perverted, doesn't it?
No, it seemed like he was looking for it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, if this brother behind me sees that shit, see eyeballing him like that, it's gonna be a different.
It's not going to be a good time.
Well, it's either going to be that guy it's that security guard's probably packing because he's waiting for that shit. He's shot. One of that.
That was part of the scareness you saw, right?
That's what I saw. That's what immediately when I looked at the cut of this security guard's jib, and this was like, oh man, this guy got bullied in high school. Like,
can't wait to get back.
He's probably got 10 AKs at home, and he's probably packing a boot pistol like that he's not supposed to.
Just in case.
Just in case. They told him, team security told him he can't, but he's still, he's balding like a little bit prematurely.
Oh, he definitely.
Whatever. He's that. He's that guy that was just like, the way he was staring was like, you're not.
There's a saying that the youngins say. I'm already forgetting it. I wish a nigga would.
Well, he was such a good detective. I was casually eating my pizza while this place was getting robbed because he came in, and I gave him a hard time. I started yelling at him. He was like, "Oh, I got a hang up call. I thought there was maybe a robbery." And I was like,
"Oh, that's a good excuse."
I was like,
"I got a hang up call."
I was like,
"Oh shit!"
And I was like, "What the?" Like, still kind of. I was making it about me, kind of just like, "What the fuck? What? Don't fuck."
Total such is just.
Well, it's better because he's not gonna. Well, he's not gonna fuck. Like, he's not gonna fuck with me,
right.
Because like I'm white, like he's not gonna. But if it would have been the other way, something might have happened. You know what I mean? But he, I just kind of like.
You had to diffuse the situation.
I just kind of diffused it, but I made him feel real bad about it.
As you should. Shame isn't a bad thing.
Because I saw it happen. And the place wasn't getting robbed. I was casually sitting right there eating a slice of pepperoni and jalapeno pizza. Like, just eating away.
Well, that sounds good.
So he wasn't a good enough detective to see I wasn't in any danger. Like, I was just chilling eating. Like, I wasn't on the ground or looking worried. Like, I was...
Do you see me with my hands up doing
jazz hands? And so, that's some bullshit. And I just fucking yelled at him, and I felt like a social justice warrior. I didn't really...
Only if you bragged about it online afterwards.
I did not. I told my friend, because so what happened is I told my friend, Jacob, and, like, Brian, actually, I told a couple people just like this, not online. No. It was because it's a funny story.
Yeah.
Because right afterwards, I just decided to get my nose pierced.
I didn't notice. You have your nose pierced?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
No one's even noticed yet,
bro. Well, the lights.
Well, yeah, but honestly, no one's noticed yet that I ran into, which is weird.
Like it just blends in.
I don't know. I don't know if no one's just. I don't know. I've had things pierced, like my ears and lips and stuff, but nothing recently. But like it was just like a kind of a something I thought about doing, obviously. But the HTC was right there, and I was like, I'm gonna go get my nose pierced, like fucking Mother Africa. Fucking shout out, keeping it real. It was just like a wild hair, and I went and did it. And
how much something like that go? Like $50?
It was like I can't remember, dude. It was like.
I mean, the cheaper the better. Just the June. He's just like has to put $1 on it.
It was like 30 plus, but the jewelry is like 38 or something. Okay. And then I tipped the guy $20.
Hey, is that I don't know. Again, being I feel like of Hebrew descent, talking to to the crazy German. I know the difference, but
Germans are cheap as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've never encountered. No.
Germans are super cheap.
I knew Russians could haggle, but the Germans get down too.
I mean, they're just fiscally responsible.
See, I like that. See, I don't like being called cheap. I'm fiscally responsible.
Well, they don't spend. They don't buy shit they don't need. Kind of.
I think that's an American thing.
I'm generalizing. Can't say that word. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I'm just kind of floating around here through life, trying to figure out what I want to do with it. And basically, I've kind of just taken everything I've been good at or okay at and just
doing it.
I just do it.
Which obviously your services do render certain fees, so I mean it goes without saying the implications,
right? I mean, it's implicated. That's kind of just like been there's been plans set in place of like what I want to do, but as far as like, I just kind of enjoy doing all of it. Like, being and having my hand in a bunch of different things and trying to be the best at it as I can be. Obviously, if I, spent all my energy in one thing, I might be better and better and better, but I just don't, like, my mind just can't focus kind of like that. I get burnt out real easy. I go through waves of,
because you're being genuine, and to do anything so monotonous, not monotonously, but so continuously, it becomes monotonous, it becomes mundane, you lose the vigor, it no longer has its spice. So I know that can be falter. So, but if you could, in a way of wrapping this up, and I hope that it could render us being able to meet each other again. I don't know if I wasn't too annoying, if I didn't smell too off, if I didn't take up too much of your space.
I don't think I can smell you.
Ramble off too badly. I would hope that we can link up again.
Yeah, man.
But in the meantime, before then, to privileged enough to spend time. Where can people go to see you, hear you, find out more about you?
CoachTaylorMusic.com, and then my Instagram is Coach Taylor, one word.
No space, no dash, no nothing.
I got the one.
Yo, and actually,
at Coach Taylor.
And I almost want to talk about how you got that name, but maybe we could save that for the next time.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. Give people a little bit to linger on.
There you go.
Because I feel like we had a good little conversation.
I mean, you haven't even heard the half of all this shit.
No, I know. We literally, this was what people what do they call it? All it was a chit chat for the bigger fucking finer dinner. But I know you got work to do, and I gotta supply my old lady with some eggnog and rum.
You got a family,
huh? We gonna get real Latino and have some pissy drunk. Hopefully.
Put on the Zapp and Roger, honey. We're coming home. Cardi.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, man.
Alrighty, yes, indeedy. My dick feeds the needy. This is the conclusion of the SoulPapo Sessions featuring special guest Coach Taylor. Again, very interesting, maybe very just stonerific. I mean, I don't know. I hope y'all enjoyed. I definitely enjoyed meeting him. I hope to be able to get him on the show again. And then this time, I'll get my professionalism on a little more. We'll dial it to 1 at least. And maybe we'll get a little bit of technicalities that I was hoping to get into. Maybe fuck around a little bit. Shit, maybe we might even create a little some. Who knows? I mean, again, the sky's the limit, and if we are in a flat earth, well then there's a whole lot of sky to fucks with, unless we're really inside that little oval shield thing. I have no ideas. I was both high at the time of recording the interview and clearing up some post-production stuff, but either which way, again, I thank y'all so much. I really know for listening. Again, reach at my boy, whether you're going to the websites at CoachTaylorMusic.com, or if you're gonna slide up in the DMs, give him a titty, at Coach Taylor, again on the IG. Let him know SoulPapo sent you, and maybe CC me in a titty pic or two. I mean, I don't know. I can't tell y'all what to do. I really can't. All I can say is God bless y'all, and I came.